spending a lot of money there, but I didn't love it. And I just felt like it was wrong. I'm like crying. Oh my god, I'm so not like this, so I don't know why. I have no clue why I'm getting emotional. Like, I'm just a mess. Hey guys, what's up? It's Meredith and welcome back to my channel. It feels so good to say that because, as you guys know, I didn't put up a video this past week and I really wish I did, but I've had so much going on in my life lately. I just finished my first year of college, so I was taking finals and I had 4 finals. I wasn't like your average college student that had like 1 or 2 finals and like a project. I had 4 finals and a project, so yeah, it's been hectic. I've been doing that. I've been moving out of my dorm and moving back into my house, but I'm not moving into my house for that long because I'm moving into my apartment this summer, so that's been going on. I've just been spending a lot of time with my family and with Jeff and with Jeff's dog. So I'm filming today on Friday. I normally film on Saturday. I don't know if you guys know that. Maybe you don't. Maybe you do. But I'm filming on Friday because tomorrow is Saturday and Jeff's sister Taylor is getting a new puppy that I can't wait to meet. Her name is going to be Joy. If you follow me on Instagram or have me on Snapchat, you've definitely seen Franklin, which is the dog that Taylor has right now. I'll insert a video or a picture of him. He's so cute. I love him so much. So she's getting a new dog tomorrow and I just want to like be with Joy. It's another mini long-haired dachshund. Mini? Yeah, I think. She's like gonna be this big. I can't wait. Okay, so that's why I'm filming today because I just want to be with the dog tomorrow. But yeah, today's video is going to be a sit-down conversational type of video where I'm telling you guys the honest truth on why I decided to transfer colleges. So let's just get right into it. So, like I said, this is going to be more of like a friend-to-friend conversation video, but I also don't want to go off and like ramble because I'm known for doing that. So I have a couple guidelines on my phone like that I want to stay within and just go through. So if you see me looking down at my phone, that's why. So I'm going to basically just give you like my whole story, like college decision to when I decided to transfer and like that whole process. And then at the end of this video, I'm also going to be answering some questions and I got a ton of questions which I'm really excited to answer. So I'm just going to start when I decided to go to UNH. So I was a senior in high school, and if you're a senior in high school, you probably already decided or are getting ready to decide, but in the fall is when you go through all of your like FAFSA information and Common App applications and really start to like look at colleges. Some people start in their junior year, but I didn't because I'm lazy. But anyway, so I kind of started in the fall, winter, and I applied to 8 colleges / universities. Is there really a difference? Anyway, I applied to 8 and I actually got into all of them, which I'm kind of proud about, but it's not like I applied to Harvard or anything. But I applied to 3 schools in Maine, 3 schools in Maine, 1 school in New Hampshire, UNH, and then 3 schools in Massachusetts, and then 2 in Florida. So I guess, yeah, that's 8. So I applied to, I can't even list them all, like Husson, University of Maine, University of New England, University of New Hampshire, Emerson College, Endicott College. Oh, what's that one that I really liked? I can't remember what it's called, but there's another one in Boston that I liked. And then I applied to Lynn University and the Florida Gulf Coast University, both in Florida. And I got into all of them, like I said. And when I was like first deciding, I wanted to get out of the state of Maine. Like, I loved Maine, but I just wanted something new. I needed to go do something, and I just wasn't sure with like what I wanted to do. So I just wanted to kind of go find myself. I was interested in hospitality management, which is what I decided to enter my freshman year as. But yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. But I don't know where to go with this next. I really just don't want to go here. Okay, long story short, my senior year of high school, I was in a really bad relationship. It was just bad. Like, we broke up kind of the end of December, and I just was so lost with who I was, what I wanted, where I wanted to go. And it's not really that, like, he broke me, but, like, I feel like in that relationship, I was more focused on him and, like, trying to make him happy. I'm not gonna go there, but I wasn't focused on myself. I was focused on the relationship, and I was 17 years old. Like, I have my whole life to be in a relationship. Like, I don't know why I was so worried about it. Oh my god, I hope he watches this. Anyway, I was so, like, micromanaging this relationship that I wasn't, like, focused on school. I wasn't focused on where I wanted to go. I was just so focused on this relationship. But that relationship ended, and when it ended, I was just, like, lost, because I had been focusing all these past months on him and that relationship, and then it just ended and that was gone, and I had a million other things to start worrying about. I was pretty much in between Endicott and UMaine, but with Endicott, I really wanted to go. I wanted to go to a big state school. Oh, I didn't mention that when I applied, I didn't apply to UNH until, like, I applied to, like, all these schools together, and then I applied to UNH separate because I think I'm really good with dates, that I think it was December 19th that I went to tour UNH totally spontaneously. That wasn't at all on my radar, because when I was thinking of where I want to go to school, I was like, I'm either going to stay in Maine and I'm just going to do it at the University of Maine because I wanted to go to a big school, or I'm getting out of here. I'm not just going to go to Vermont or to New Hampshire. I'm not just going to go the next state over. I want to go, if I'm going, I want a change of scenery, and I want to go to the city and Boston. I applied to Florida, but I kind of knew in my heart I wouldn't go to Florida because I never wanted to be a plane flight away from my family in case anything happened, because my grandmother was really sick. My great-grandmother was really sick at the time, so I just didn't want to miss anything. It was really between going to a school in Massachusetts or a school in Maine, and I was so excited to look in Massachusetts. I applied to 3, maybe 4, I think just 3 schools there, and I toured them all. I bought a t-shirt at all of them, and I was a little like it's not at all what I expected it to be. Oh my god, it's gonna drive me crazy if I don't remember the name of that school. Maybe it was Emerson. I know I looked at 2 in, like, the city of Boston, and then 1 in Beverly, Mass, which is Endicott. But the ones in Boston, you can't have a car, which wasn't gonna work with me, because if I wanted to come home, like, I'm 4 hours away, and if I didn't have a car, like, it'd just be a whole, like, there's not a train that goes right to where I live. So not having a car was kind of like a major turnoff. And then I wasn't in love with the schools itself. They were very, like, liberal arts, just not like who I am. I really liked Endicott, but it was too small for me, but I really liked it, so I was kind of debating, like, should I just go and, like, say screw it and go to a smaller school? And then my friend Alexa, she's gonna be watching this and she's gonna love it, but she told me, like, oh, I'm going to UNH for winter break. Do you want to come with me? And I was like, yeah, sure. Like, I had nothing else to do. I had no interest in going to UNH. I hadn't even applied there, but I knew she really wanted to go there. So I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, I'll go. It was just 3 hours away. We could make a trip out of it. And so we went there over winter break, and we thought for some reason that we'd get a whole tour of the school and it'd just be some great, like, tour, and we'd get to know everything about UNH. And we got there and they're like, yeah, we're closed down. You can drive around the school yourself. So we drove 3 hours and then just drove around the campus. Literally, I think we parked once or twice just to take pictures, but we had no understanding of the school. And for some reason, I, like, loved it. And I was like, oh my god, this place is so pretty. This place is just like UMaine, but it's not. And I was like, I think I'm gonna apply here. So I applied here, I applied there at UNH, and I went to my guidance office at my high school, and it was actually to my understanding that if I went to the University of New Hampshire for the hospitality management major that I was interested in, I could actually go there for like in-state tuition because the University of Maine does not have hospitality management. So there was some agreement, I guess, I don't even know what you'd call it, that if your state school doesn't have the major that you want, the University of New Hampshire and the University of Vermont, if the University of Maine didn't have the major I wanted, I could go to either of those schools for in-state tuition. So I was like, oh my God, like that's another great thing. I could go to this school, but it wouldn't cost me a fortune to go, which I was just really interested in. And so I was telling my parents about it, and actually my brother, who's 3, sometimes 4 years older than me, he loves to say that he's 4 years older than me, but most of the time he's 3, had looked at UNH, and my parents went with him, toured the school, they loved it. Unfortunately, my brother did not get in, but they really loved the school, and so when I told them that I wanted to look there, they were just like, oh my God, yes, totally. And so I set up another tour because the first one was just not enough for me, and I went with Alexa and then my other friend Mackenzie, and we went to actually tour the school, I think like in January when they actually opened back up. But I had applied to the school and I went to University of New Hampshire, and that day I was just like, I'm sold, like I have to come here, like it's perfect. I can go here for in-state tuition, which was relatively cheaper, a lot cheaper than I thought I would have to be paying. And like, it's the big school, it's a beautiful campus. And I was like, oh my God, this is it. Like I have to go here. I'm literally talking for so long. This is gonna be such a long video. I hope not. I was like, I have to go here. So I applied, I got in, and I made the decision the day that I got accepted. And I was just like, cool, I'm good, I'm going. I was so excited. I needed, after that bad relationship that I was in, I just needed something new. I was like, just really emotionally drained. I lost who I was as a person. I wasn't myself. I wasn't strong or confident or fun. I totally just lost who I was in that relationship. And so when it ended, I was like, I needed something new. I needed something else to focus on, and I needed to focus on myself, really. And so I just wanted to do something for myself. So I'm like, that's it. I'm out of here. I decided on the University of New Hampshire, and then I went there. And like I mentioned before, I toured it with my best friend Alexa, and we actually ended up rooming together. We roomed, I think I can say this now, we lived in Divine Hall, which was not any of our top choices. We were told that you get 3 options, and you don't normally get your first choice, but you normally get your second or third, and we didn't get any of them. But I actually really liked Divine Hall. It was really close to the Memorial Union building called the MUB, so that's where the mailroom was, that's where a dining hall was. It was just a really convenient place. And I also bought a parking spot from an outside source, and my dorm was really close to that parking spot, so that was nice too. I started going there. I got into the Peter T. Paul College of Business and Economics, and I was really excited about that. And I was going there for hospitality management. And the first semester I took hospitality management, and I really liked it, but I couldn't see a future in it. I loved learning about it, but I couldn't see myself being in that field. So I decided to transfer to just business management, and I went home so I was dating Jeff at the time that I started there. We started dating just about after I decided I was going there. So he was going to school here in Maine, and I was going to be going to school 3 hours away. Well, kind of 4 from his school, but 3 hours away from home. And we weren't worried about it, really. It was just kind of something we would have to do. We've always been like a pretty strong relationship, like just dealing with what life throws at us. So we weren't too worried about it. I mean, obviously I was like not crazy about it, but it's what I decided, and he loved his school, I loved my school. We were just gonna go with it, and we decided that one weekend he'd come to me, the next weekend I'd come home, and then the weekend after that we'd stay apart. And that probably happened twice. Just because I happened to have to come home for hair appointments, and just other events. I'd have to keep coming home. And then I started coming home and I was like, I started dreading going back. And I honestly kind of fell into like a little depression just before winter break. And I just wasn't loving it. It was before I transferred into the business management program for second semester. And then second semester came around and I hated my intro to business class solely on the professor. Sorry. I hated it, and I just started to like, I didn't have many friends. There was a group of girls that I was friends with at the beginning of the school year, and they were all super nice, but we just kind of went our own ways as time went on. Like, we just were living on the same floor, so it was convenient, but then we all kind of drifted apart, so I only had like a couple friends, and none of those friends I was like, oh my god, these are my soul sisters. Like, I didn't have anyone there that I was like super close with except for Alexa, who was my roommate, and I just wasn't loving it anymore. And I didn't tell you this, I didn't get to go on in-state tuition. I had to pay out-of-state tuition, which was more than double in-state tuition. So that was a huge just kind of like, so then I was reevaluating everything, and I found myself at a school that was beautiful and that was great and gave me a million amazing opportunities that I'm so thankful for. But it was a school just like one that I have 30 minutes from home. It was more than double what I was expecting to pay. It was away from my friends and my family and my boyfriend, and I just didn't love it anymore. Am I gonna cry? I'm not gonna cry. I lost my passion for it, and it was just really hard because I was so excited to go there, and I don't know. And there's not really one thing that was like flip the switch for me, because it's a great school and I would recommend it to everyone. I loved it there. It just wasn't for me. It didn't work out. I didn't have a great group of friends there, which I will put the blame on myself for that one, because the first couple of months, like, I had a great friend group and everything, but we weren't like, we were just friends because we were living near each other. We weren't friends because like we all had common interests. So once those started to fade, I just started coming home more, and I liked coming home, so I was always coming home. So I wasn't meeting people. Like, you can't go to school out of state and always come home. You're not going to meet anyone. I have like a lot of really great people that I met there, but there was just more cons than pros, and there was more bringing me back to Maine. It's like, college is college, and you only get to go to college once, which is really important to remember. But at the same time, college is just like a small portion of your life. Like, why spend so much money on it? Like, if you don't love the school, like, I was spending like $41,000 at the school that I didn't love, and I just felt that's not right. I'm like so eternally grateful for the fact that I was able to choose whatever school. My parents were going to let me go to basically whatever school I wanted to. Doesn't matter how much it was, doesn't matter how little it was. I had that opportunity, and I knew that not a lot of kids my age get to go to whatever school they want to go to, and that money wouldn't be a huge issue. So I just felt really guilty that I was going to this great school, spending a lot of money there, but I didn't love it, and I just felt like it was wrong. Long story short, I felt guilty spending that much money on a school that I didn't love, so I decided to transfer and go to the University of Maine. As of right now, I am going to go to the University of Maine for business management, and I might do a marketing minor. I'm not really sure. I haven't dabbled in that yet. So now I will answer a lot of questions that I got. I'm so excited to answer these. I love getting questions from you guys because I just feel like it's a more personal feel. So first, Maddie asked me, what are my favorite things about UNH, my least favorite things about UNH, and she said I committed there, so this video will be super helpful. I hope so. My favorite things about UNH were the campus. The campus is so clean, so beautiful, so well landscaped. Is that weird that I was like obsessed with the green grass and just like the buildings were all really new, and that's honestly one of the biggest things that sold me was how beautiful the campus was. That's another thing about New Hampshire. They have really well paved roads for some reason. We haven't gotten that secret ingredient in Maine, but the roads are really well paved. So favorite things about UNH. I really liked the business school that I got into. It was like, it's brand new. Everything's pretty renovated, and I was going to go there with a friend, which made me feel a little bit better about going to school out of state. Least favorite things. People aren't super nice, but I'm just gonna say again that I take responsibility in the fact that I didn't pursue friendships that I probably should have, and I didn't really go out because I was coming home so much, so I didn't have the option to meet as many people as I wanted to. So yeah, other than that, and how much money it costs, that's kind of my least favorite things. And good luck there now that you've committed. My next question was from Sky, and she asked, up to how many minors can you have? Was it easy to find new friends? Where are you transferring now and why? What do you think about online courses? She said, I got a lot of questions, girl. I'm so nervous for college. Don't be nervous for college. Everyone is going to be in your shoes. Like, no one's going to know what they're doing. No one's going to know where they're going. No one's going to know how to talk to anyone. So don't be nervous. Don't feel like you're going to be weird for being nervous because everyone's in your shoes. So up to how many minors you can have, I'm not sure. I want to say 2, but I'm really not sure because I haven't dabbled in minors yet. That's not a question I'm super confident on. I want to say 2 or 3. I'm thinking 2. The next question was it easy to find new friends? It was easy to find friends, but I'm a pretty easy person. Like, I'm really outgoing. I'll talk to anyone. I'll talk to whoever. So I found it like easy to like meet new friends. What do I think about online courses? So I don't think I'd be good at online courses. I took 1.5. Half of my intro to business class was online and the other half was in person. And it was fine. I didn't learn a lot from it, but I feel like that's kind of a normal thing. It's easy to get through online classes, but they're not my favorite as for like learning. I don't learn well from them, but don't be super scared of them either. I know my friend Alexa took her statistics online, which that sounds like a nightmare. So maybe stay away from like math. If you're like me and you suck at math, I'd stay away from taking math online because I ask a lot of questions, but they're really not that bad. And then Bailey said, long distance relationships help, LOL. So, I obviously missed Jeff a lot when we were at school. Our schools are 4 hours apart, but we were like basically 3 hours apart because he didn't stay at his school like that often. So it's not like we were a plane flight away. I could see him on the weekends if I wanted to, most weekends. I don't know. If you have a strong relationship with who you're with and they respect that like you have your own life and you respect that they have their own life and you have like separate lives like without each other, but then also have like a life together, I think it will be fine because as long as they're not super controlling or they're okay with like you going out and meeting new people and going to parties and just not, as long as they're comfortable and both of you are comfortable in your relationship, you really shouldn't have a problem. I didn't have any serious problems. I mean, sometimes I would be upset and just mad at Jeff for no reason, but that's only because I missed him, and that's just how I get when I miss someone. I'm just kind of like, you left me. So I don't think they're that bad, honestly. My next question is from Lauren, and she said, dorm life, please. So dorm life, I was told from my parents, no matter where you go to school, if you go to school 30 minutes away or you go to school 8 hours away, you're living your first year in a dorm just because that's what people do. And like, that's the college experience. I'm so glad I lived in a dorm. Honestly, it was awful, but I'm so glad I lived there because you meet new people. You just kind of like learn how to live on your own, and you learn how to respect other people's privacy and their sides of the room. So then in the future, if you do have another roommate, like I am now moving into an apartment and I have a new roommate named Allie. So it'll be I'm really glad that I lived in a dorm with someone where we shared a room, because it will be a lot easier to share an apartment with someone. So I think dorm life is super necessary. It's gross, but you meet a lot of people and it's just part of the college experience. My next question is from Melissa, and she said, what are you majoring in? And if it's related to your major, what would be your dream job? And I think that's so funny, because I know so many people that graduated and just don't use their degree towards their job. So I think that's a funny question, but I'm majoring in business management, and I'm pretty sure I'll latch on a marketing minor when I get to. So I'm majoring in business management, and I really don't know what my dream job is. I love social media, as you know, so I think it'd be cool to like do something with social media, but social media is kind of like a fad, and not that I think it's going away, but it's not super structured, and I don't know, you never know with social media. You never know if an app's gonna die like Vine did. I also am really into fashion and beauty and lifestyle, as you know. So something in that field, maybe. I think I'm gonna start working at a boutique near my new school and just kind of get a feel for that. I think I might like that. I'm also interested in restaurant management. My next question is from Lizzie, and she said, do you think college is easier than high school? That's what Mr. I won't say his name says, and she said that a teacher that went to my high school said that college is easier than high school, and that is so not true. College is hard, and I don't think this is a bash, but the high school I went to was pretty easy. I mean, I got like straight A's and I did not try. And then the first semester was a rude awakening. First semester was rough, because I learned that you can't just do what you want and go out and drive 3 hours, 6 hours every weekend and like not worry about your classes and not really study for tests. It just doesn't work like that in college. And first semester didn't love me, but I'm actually finishing the second semester with all A's and B's, so it gets better, but it's not easy. It's not like terribly hard, but it's not like high school at all. Like, it's just harder. Okay guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it, and if you did like this more sit-down conversational type video, then give this video a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to comment down below if you have any questions that I haven't already answered. I will definitely respond to any questions you guys have. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I put new lifestyle, beauty, fashion videos on every week, mostly on Thursdays, but this week I've been a little all over the place. So yeah, subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to, you can turn on my post notifications, so then you instantly get told when I posted a video, so you don't have to check my Instagram story. But other than that, I love you guys so much, and I will see you next week. Bye guys!